Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good morning. We have a nice turnout. Nice crowd. Cameras are here. Great day. Great day. Okay. This is our regular board meeting, number 12. Today is Thursday, March 21st at 10:06 a.m. in the morning. And we will begin with public comments. You will come to the podium and you will state your name and address for the record. Public comments.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
My name is Edna Gillum, and I used to live at 10200 Jefferson Salem Road. Forgive me if I'm upset. A man came to my house on January 25th at 11 o'clock in the morning. I asked him who he was. I've known Anthony for many years. I've known David Lutz for 40 years. I always ask people their names, and I always tell who I am. He gave me this document, which I'm more than glad to pass out to you. It is out of Judge Hauser's court, which is Boardman Court 2. I live in Joe Schiavone's court, Court 3. It says that I'm to allow people into the house. It was dated January 11. I never got it till January 25th at 11 a.m. in the morning. I asked this man who he was. He said he didn't have to tell me. He told me I had 5 days to get out of my house that I've lived in for 17 years and paid my rent. He told me that if I wasn't out in 5 days, they were coming to arrest me and my children and my grandchildren. I said, what crime did I commit? He said, you just better be out of this house in 5 days. We left at 4 o'clock in the morning. I left half of my belongings behind. I cannot go back to get them. I talked to a deputy, not this deputy, but a deputy in the Mahoning County Jail. And he told me there's nothing on record with my name on it, but I cannot go back to my house to get my belongings or I would be arrested for trespassing. I talked to zoning in Beaver and Green Township. I was told the same thing. My things are out in the yard. More than half of my belongings are in the house. Now, here's what I found out. I went to Judge Hauser's court. There's nothing with my name on it. And he said, I falsified this document. So how did I get it? And then I went to Judge Schiavone's court and they said, oh, no, you didn't have to get out. This is a false document. It does not have a press seal on it. And I'm out. But I can't go back to get my belongings or my late husband's things. We're going to change the rules here on a lot of things. One, do you know process servers do not have to identify themselves? They do not have to carry any ID. They don't have to have a background check. They do not have to be registered by the sheriff's department. Because it not only happened to me, it happened to somebody else. A man came to her house looking for her daughter. He had on jeans, a white shirt, and a jacket, and said he wanted her daughter, who had moved out and went in a domestic violence situation with her children. He refused to identify himself because I taught my friends, always ask who you're talking to, what time, what date, everything. He refused to say. He handed her court documents and said, here, you better obey them because you're going to lose custody of your child. So who is this person? They can say this. You have no rules. Ohio doesn't have any rules. I mean, I wrote to you guys. I wrote letters to.
20 seconds, Edna.
I would
Okay.
have called the police.
I did. Goshen Township said it wasn't worth their time to fill out a police report. So that's one reason why I was hoping the media was here today. Because I don't want anything to happen that happened to me, happen to say, maybe it's an elderly couple and their house is paid off and somebody shows up and says, I have a foreclosure, you have to get out. Who do they go to? Nobody. Nobody.
Maybe your identity was stolen or something.
No. No, here, I'll give you a copy of it.
She was thrown out.
I wasn't thrown out. I was told to leave. I paid my rent for 17 years.
All right, Edna, thank you very much. The press is here. If you'd like to speak to them if they
Oh,
felt
yeah,
they could do
sure.
that. Very sorry you had to go through all that.
No, what's going to be sorry is we're changing the rules. We're going to have to make sure that process servers have to be registered. They have to carry ID.
Is that, maybe,
They have
is
to be
that,
public.
that's the state or federal? It's not county?
This is from the county health department.
Oh,
No,
health,
it's Mahoning County,
health.
and they did nothing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
be more than happy to look into it for you if it
Yeah, I don't
comes.
want to hear lip service. I could give you $1, you go buy a cup of coffee, because that's all I ever get from here is lip service.
Okay.
All right.
All right, anyone else, public comments? No? Well, I'm going to,
Oh, we gonna do, oh, okay.
yeah, it's okay. This is Developmental Disabilities Month, and we have our good friend here and our director, Mr. Bill Whitaker. And I'm going to defer to you, Bill, and then you're going to introduce your group.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, when you come out, you're like the Pied Piper. A lot of people follow. That's a great thing.
Thank you, commissioners. Thank you for having us today. Yes, as Commissioner said, March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. It's a great time to, let the community know about, all the wonderful things that our agency does. We serve nearly 1,600 individuals and families now. I've been the superintendent here at the board for about 9.5, going on 10 years. And when I came, we served about 1,150 people. So we've made drastic strides in serving many new people, and a lot of that through our early intervention program. Last year, we served a little over 300 kids, ages 0 to 3 on what we call an individual family services plan. And through actually that whole program, that's like our average daily count. We serve nearly 500 children that kind of come in and come out of that early intervention program. We still operate Leonard Kurtz School. I still see you have the thank you notes from when our students, and the playground is actually being built now.
I was
So,
gonna ask
yes,
about
it's-
that.
It's in the
You
process.
kinda
It's
knew I
going
was
along
gonna ask
well.
that
It looks
question.
wonderful. We'll have you out when it's all done. And again, thank you for your support of that. I have Emily Martinez here who will be speaking next through her department. I'll call it case management. We're known as service and support administrators. People really don't know what that means. So we say our case management department, they serve, easily over 1,000 people in that department alone. Much of that through the Medicaid waiver program. They do a lot of wonderful things, helping people meet their needs, whether that be in their home, in the community, adult day program, transportation, employment. A lot of things go on at the board of DD. And I think maybe some people don't realize maybe all the things that we kind of have our hands in, with, again, residential, schooling, day program, transportation, employment, all of those types of things that we really try to support people in the community. So I'll get done here and I'll let Emily come up and talk a little bit about some of the themes and the things that we were looking to do here during the month of March and beyond for Disability Awareness Month. But again, I thank you for all your support. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emily?
Thanks, Bill. Thank you so much to the commissioners for having us today. It is such a special day for us. As Bill said, March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. And as Bill said, I'm Emily Martinez. I'm the Director of Community Services. So I oversee the SSA department. People always ask what that is, but like Bill said, it's case managers or social workers, right? All of my staff coordinate services for over 1,000 individuals in Mahoning County that have developmental disabilities. And our main goal is always to help people live their best, most independent life. And during the month of March, we really focus on the amazing ways that the individuals that we serve help others in our community and add to their community through employment, through all of the different programs that we have. And so we're really honored to serve so many individuals in our county. As Bill said, our early intervention is really booming. We are also seeing a huge rise in the number of youth that we're serving, and lots of youth that are multi-system, meaning they're involved in multiple different systems. So this month is exciting for us because not only do we serve so many individuals in our community, we also work with so many other of our partnering agencies, Family and Children First Council, Children's Services, our mental health board. We have such a great community here to help all of our individuals that need services and support. So it's really an honor. Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month, we always pick a theme. So this year our theme is Celebrate. So we are here celebrating with all of you, all of our amazing success stories and the amazing things that so many of our individuals and their families do in our community. We're gonna have a board meeting on March 26th where we're gonna have a longer program and celebrate multiple different stories. But today we're really going to focus on one individual. It's William Clark. He's here in the front. And he's going to tell you what he's celebrating and how the county board has helped him. So I'm going to turn it over to George Gabriel. He is one of our supervisors who works with William, who has a newer position that we've had in about the last 2 years here. It's our community outreach advocate. And William, along with George, do so many amazing things partnering in our community. And they're going to talk a little bit about that. So again, thank you so much for all of your support. It means so much to us. All the things that we're able to do, it impacts our individuals so much. They're able to live independent, happier, healthier lives. And we just really appreciate that honor. So I'll turn it over to George.
Thank you.
Good morning and thank you for having us. Thank you for having us. I get the honor of introducing William Clark, as Emily was saying, and as our community advocate, outreach advocate. What I'll say a little bit about William before he comes up here and talks. I think I have been, don't repeat this, William. I've probably learned a lot more from William than he has learned from me. William has made some amazing strides, both professionally and personally, when it comes to his life and how he approaches things. Just for an example, William has just recently learned how to drive. So the things that he is working on has increased his independence, and it's never ending when it comes to the personal side or the professional side. He continues to set goals for himself to reach out and to do more and more. So that's part of what is the motivation for me. I just see how hard he works and how he never ends. He'll talk about some of his other accomplishments. I don't want to steal his thunder a little bit here, but he has done a fantastic job. He is an outstanding role model, not only for individuals with disabilities, but for individuals without disabilities. So I got to say, I'm very proud to be his supervisor, to oversee what he does. One of the programs, and he can possibly get into the others, is our disability awareness program, where we go out to schools and we talk to 4th and 5th graders about what it's like to have a disability, about what it's like, some of the successes. We have gone to schools, Boardman Center Middle, we've gone to Lowville, Struthers. I mean, he has done all kinds of things and has worked so well with those kids. And I think we have one coming up next month at Boardman. We'll deal with 4th and 5th graders that we'll be talking to.
Wow.
Not all at once. God only knows. We don't put all of them in one room. But we will be in different classes working. So William, come on up. This is William.
William.
I'm actually tall enough, that's the first. So I'm not as elegant a speaker as my supervisor, George, but I'll try to make this as brief as possible, but I'm Irish, so that's like a 50-50 chance. So when I think about my work with the Mahoning County Board of Developmental Disabilities, I have worked with many of you on your campaigns, and at that time, I was not driving, living with my parents in a basement, a nice basement, but it was a basement. And I had all these dreams and ambitions to have a full-time job, to be an author, be a speaker. And it's because of what the board has afforded me and the leadership, such as George Gabriel, Emily, and Bill, have taught me. I have been able to move into my own apartment. I have now 4 people working to publish my second book. I'm going to YSU as a full-time student for clinical mental health counseling, and I work full-time at the board where we do community outreach in terms of bringing individuals out to the community to do gardening, like at Mill Creek. We're working on that, the DA program. I help people with disabilities learn how to drive. All of that wouldn't be possible if I wasn't working at the board, not only because of the material resources and the employment that comes with that, but the leadership and the personal mentorship that the excellent staff and employees and workers at the board has afforded me. And I have obtained every goal I've ever wished, and none of that would be possible without these excellent people in front of me and what they have taught me. So when we think about celebrating D-Day awareness, I would like to sum it as not celebrating a person's disability, but celebrating their ability and what they're able to attain by embracing their differences. And by doing that, their strengths.
Thank you. Wow.
Thank you so much. Very proud of you and your accomplishments are unbelievable.
William, stay here.
Why don't you
Stay here.
stay
Why-
there and
stay up
bring
and-
everyone up, because we
Yeah.
want to
We're going to present a resolution.
resolution. And I must say, I should say this up here, but William did work on my campaign with Matt Onesti. They know more about a computer than I do. Here.
Everybody squeeze in a little more. You can come over here and take it. There you go.
Okay.
I'm Williams paparazzi. I follow him.
Commissioners, we want to present this to you. You're an amazing young man. You have come so long and now you're going to inspire, encourage other people to how they can deal with disabilities. And you're my hero. And I got to step my game up now because you are really, really moving forward beautifully. And we're very happy with you. And the commissioners would like to present this to you from myself, Commissioner David Ditzler, Commissioner Carol Rigetti, on behalf of the Developmental Disabilities Month. Congratulations to you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Jordan.
Thank you, Bill.
George, thank you.
George.
How you doing?
Oh, you can, yeah, thank you.
You have a work function too.
So we need this.
Why don't you send us the work? Do you think people
Okay.
do
I will
that?
show you some. I'll work out what we're doing.
They're the ones that one pounds out.
Yeah, Bill, just, briefly, it's, fantastic and amazing, and William, the work and the accomplishments, and, I know that so many things changed with state funding and how they did things, and, losing YDC and turning it over to the campus of care, so many moving parts. It's just amazing how you and your staff and the organization, makes things happen regardless. You seem to roll with the punches. And, when they change things, you look for better ways to do things and keep helping people. And, I know George has been there for a long time helping people. God bless him, and Emily and the whole staff. And, just thank you so much on behalf of so many, and William, maybe I could sit down and you could teach me some things, so God bless you. God bless you. You're a
Computer pretty well.
you're definitely a leader for all of us.
I just want to echo what my colleagues have said. Bill, that we are always on your team for everything. And I just want you to know that George has work programs for individuals that are looking for like maybe summer help. If you need somebody to maybe answer the phone or need anything in your office for like some summer help, right, George? You're going to send me that packet?
Have a conversation, yeah.
Okay. And I think that would be great, have interns in the summer. I think not only to help them, but they could also help all of us a little bit to understand what we need to do to be better. Anyway, my opinion. Thanks, George, Bill, colleagues.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Dave, Bill, George, Emily. I've always said that, God put us on this earth for a reason. And it's to help and to inspire and to provide hope for all people. Not everybody's perfect in this world. We all need help. And we can learn from those who are the most wealthiest and from those who are the most disadvantaged. And what you do in your roles, you're doing God's work. You really are. And I truly believe that that's what our mission is here in this life. And William, I got to hand it to you. So impressed with what you've accomplished, what you've done, and what you have overcome. And we're very happy, and we'd like to maybe bring you on board Commissioner's office one day. Huh?
Hey, wait, yeah.
Wait a minute now.
It might be a
One of
bidding
our
war there. I
prime
don't know.
case workers.
Exactly.
William, you said that you wrote a book already, or?
I wrote one book. My second one's coming out this summer. And then I'm also featured in collaboration with a college textbook, like during COVID. So technically, I've written 2 books, but
Okay.
Wow. Teach me how to write a book, will you, please? I got a lot of ideas. I don't know how to do it.
my editor despises me. So
Well, thank you
They
again.
haven't met him yet.
Oh, yeah. You need 2 of them. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you very, very, very much. Anyone else want to speak on behalf of developmental disabilities? No? Okay. All right. So I will ask for a motion to approve the previous minutes of board meeting number 11 and bills for payment.
A motion to approve previous minutes of board meeting number 11, Wednesday, March 13th, 2024, and approval of bills for payment.
Second.
Roll call?
Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes. Motion approved journal entry?
Motion approved journal entry number 1.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes, moving on. We have agreements A through E and Phil,
Morning.
A, B, and C.
Letter A is an agreement with Jerry Cram Inc. for chip pump repair work. It's $1,800. The Howard Company that has withdrawn helping work 79 Cameron. That's $10,945. Howard Company for chip pump repair work at 11387 Lisbon Road.
Thank you, sir. And letter D, the prosecutor's office. And we have our prosecutor in the house this morning. Gina, welcome.
Hello, thank you, Commissioners Nancy and Audrey. This is a memorandum of understanding with the National District Attorneys Association for lawyers' liability insurance coverage. It's an additional policy over and above what Corsa provides to cover those incidents that are not covered by Corsa. And it is in the amount of $14,274. It's non-general fund.
Thank you, Gina. And sanitary, Mr. Genetti.
Good morning, everybody. Letter E is an agreement with environmental specialists. This is to perform industrial cleaning of tanks at various locations for 2 years in the estimated amount of $20,000, non-general funds.
Okay, thank you, Pat. Motion?
Motion to approve number 2, agreements A through E.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes, change orders A through D. We'll begin with Phil, A, B, C, and D.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So letter A is a change order with American Pinnacle Construction. Actually, they're all 4 with American Pinnacle Construction for chip home repair work at 2535 Bainbridge Avenue, in the amount of $300. Letter B is change order number 1 for lead hazard control and healthy homes work at 2719 Chapman, in the amount of $850. C is change order number 1 with American Pinnacle for lead hazard control work at 3676 Powers Way, in the amount of $1,575. Letter D, change order number 1 with American Pinnacle for rehab work at 300 Broad Street, in the amount of $3,900.
Thank you, sir. Motion, Phil?
Motion to approve number 3, change orders A through D.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes, road closings 4A, Pat Genetti.
Commissioners, letter A is an amendment to journal entry 24-02-065. This is to include Baird Road and State Line Road to the 22 various road closures for culvert replacements as part of the 2024 Ohio Public Works Commission and locally funded paving program.
Thank you. Motion?
Motion to approve number 4, road closings, A.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Trafficante?
Yes. Resolutions?
Motion to approve number 1, resolutions additions.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficante?
Yes. We have resolutions, letters A through K, and I'll read letter A. Resolution approving the appointment of county administrator under the authority of the revised code 305.29. And that is Ms. Tillis, our county administrator. All right. And letter B. Gina?
Yes, so I'm gonna stand at the podium.
Okay.
just Because it'll give me a.
Uh,
So letter B is a proposed resolution to authorize the release of funds from the General Fund Animal Charity of Ohio in the amount of $25,167. By way of brief background, our office established a special victims unit in January of this year. And part of the work that we're doing under that unit is taking on a collaboration and relationship with the Animal Charity of Ohio, in particular, their humane agents. We have traditionally prosecuted felony animal cruelty cases, but we are in the process of taking over their misdemeanor prosecutions. To that end, in meeting with individuals from Animal Charity, and their director is here today, Jane McMurtry, and I also would like to recognize 2 board members, Jerry Raschuti and Bella Caruso are 2 board members of Animal Charity who are in attendance as well. But in my conversations with Jane, it appeared that they were lacking basic equipment that would increase our chances of success in criminal prosecutions. One was a necropsy table, and that is a table to perform what's called animal autopsies. And necropsy reports are just like an autopsy is required before we can prosecute a death case. You need a necropsy report before we can prosecute the death of an animal. They were lacking a table. They also lacked a component to that table, which was an X-ray provision that would allow us to see trajectory of bullets and to really delve into cause of death. They also lacked, now they're moving into a beautiful new building eventually, and they're going to be storing a lot of evidence on site. And we've got chain of custody requirements that necessitate locked doors. They are funded mostly by donations and a few grants. But I saw the need for those materials. And I knew that having the purchase of those materials and be on site would enhance our abilities to successfully prosecute those. So I approached the commissioners, and they have the authority to provide funding to a nonprofit, which Animal Charity is. And I graciously requested that those monies be paid over so that they were able to purchase that necessary equipment. And that is what this is for. So I want to thank the board for being great community partners as well and providing this. That will, again, help us. Animal cruelty cases in Mahoning County and across the state of Ohio and the nation are on an upswing. And, you hear all the time, the work that these humane agents do with a very skeletal staff is remarkable. And, Jane and Jess and Ashley, both, all 3 humane agents, they work around the clock holidays, and they had a lovely fur ball, and they had to go in pajamas and save a lot of dogs who were just thrown out of a car on Route 680. And they were there, and they work selflessly, and we're happy to be part of it. And this equipment that you are providing funding for will really help us out in our prosecution. So hats off. I really appreciate it.
Nice. Thank you. Jane, would you care to come on up?
I'll never miss an opportunity. Hello, my name is Jane McMurtry. I'm the director at Animal Charity of Ohio. Thank you for being here and understanding the crisis that Mahoning County is in. Thank you to Gina and the prosecution team, the SVU. We are facing a crisis of animal abuse in Mahoning County. those cases are on the upswing. We are always in mind of how our funds can be used. We will go without to help the animals. But we have realized that we do need to ask for help. And for every call for our humane department, you have always been there to support us. And we can feel it. And it is making such a difference for our cases in Mahoning County. Having Gina step into our lives at Animal Charity has been awe-inspiring. It breaches so many borders that that shows the needs that there are. So we can't say thank you enough for prioritizing animal abusers and hopefully their demise in Mahoning County. We are planning on coming forward with a really strong force this year and hopefully prosecuting even more than ever before. And one day, hopefully, with all of this support, there will be no need for me. Hopefully, I will be out of a job because there won't be animal abuse in this county. And I know that it takes a team. So I thank you for being on our team always. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you very much. Any of your board members want to say anything, Bella, or things? No? Okay.
You know, the
Dave?
sad thing is that animal charity, people don't never realize that they're funded through donations. And they're required and we're required by law, right, to have a humane agent. And there's another non-funded mandate from the state. So it's a travesty that happens and we have one person, and you would be blown away if you saw the impact and the amount. I mean, we see it highlighted on the news every now and then, you know, when we identify a situation that's just unbelievable, you know, but the work they do every day and every night is unreal. And, you know, our board has, we've twice, I believe, the funding, Audrey, correct me if I missed the numbers, but, you know, we paid for a humane agent for 3 years. We allocated $500,000, I believe it was 500,000, between the two donations for the building and
Did some on
for,
the CARES funds and then we
Right,
also
right.
did some on the.
from
So-
the board allocations. You know, one was our funds and one was, I believe both of them came from American
Right.
Rescue Plan. So it's something that, you know, everybody is appalled when they see things like this. But, you know, we need to drive it up to a level where the people that have the ability and the authority and really the responsibility to fund these entities, to make sure that we take care of them, we take care of providing the services, you know, is out there. So it's, you know, and thank goodness that Gina, is our prosecutors and their office has also joined the battle to make sure that, you know, we get a better focus, you know, because you know, representing Animal Charity is another fund that came out of their coffers, out of their budget. And now if we can assist, you know, in the ways that we're doing here with, you know, with the prosecutor's office, as well as the equipment necessary. So it all goes hand in hand, and we need to get the people that are sitting on $5 billion of rainy day funds to realize it's raining cats and dogs, you know? And, you know, we all do our part, you know, so we need someone else to, you know, with some deeper pockets to help fund it. So thank you, Jane, and your staff, Jesse, everybody that's, you know, does so much work that people never get the chance to see. So God bless you.
Carol?
No, I echo what Dave and Prosecutor Gina has said. Mahoning County is always there for all nonprofits, and Animal Charities is one of those. And it's just a shame that other communities within Mahoning County should actually step up to the plate and help out and do things for your agency. I know we have a great dog warden and with Diane, and she works hand in hand with you. But there are other communities in Mahoning County that should be a part of a funding stream to help, that have more things happening there than maybe other entities in Mahoning County, other townships or subdivisions. So I'm hoping when they see this, they'll then come forward and help you with that. Because, you know, everybody has funding from the state with this ARPA fund. And that's something that goes along with a lot of things that Mahoning County is doing right now through JFS and adult protection and hoarding, and all of those things play into this. So hopefully they'll see this and what Gina's doing as a our prosecutor, and maybe step up to the plate a little bit.
Audrey?
I'm not saying who.
You know, thank you, Anthony. But,
Absolutely.
I just echo what the commissioners say. It's kind of nice to see all of the cooperation that happens within the county and agencies working together for the better of the whole community. Between what's going on with Bill and our mental health and the prosecutor's office, animal charities, that cooperation is something that is rare, you know, and it's appreciative. I think our community is appreciative of it too. So thank you, Gina, for bringing this forward to the board and the board for seeing it as a need. I know they have a passion for animals, and especially Dave over there, who
Oh, yes.
basically.
Dave and Anthony.
I was late today because I'm taking the neighbor's cat that ends up at our house, comes in through the
Oh my
dog
God,
door.
it's not even his.
And sleeps in our bed, you know.
Oh my
and-
God.
And he was very lethargic this morning. And I
See.
called, and literally, he's been sleeping in our house for 3 months. He doesn't go home. If you take him home, he comes back. He lives 2 miles away, you know, and we're both fearful that he's gonna get hit with a car or something. And so we, at night, you know, we make sure where he's at, we shut the dog door down, and this morning he didn't feel well, so we gotta take him to Austin Town Vet at 11, and I actually have my sister picking him up and taking him there. And the long story, that's how I ended up with 7 cats and a dog. You know, they were all dumped in my lap and they become family, you know, so.
And this is the passion of the commissioners.
So-
They are passionate about things, and I appreciate that in them.
We're gonna have a bring a pet to work.
There you go.
I think they didn't you do that one year prior to
It's a
me?
long time ago. We did do that, 07.
Okay.
Yeah, 2007. Well, no, I couldn't agree more, you know. And Dave, you're right. It's an unfunded mandate. I mean, everybody who doesn't have an animal today, I mean, presidents have dogs. State legislatures have dogs, commissioners, everybody has a dog. I don't understand why this cannot become part of some type of governmental structure of enforcement with people getting paid, getting benefits. That's just how I see it, because you know what? Animals feel pain. I can't watch those ASPA commercials. When they show those dogs, I mean, I lose it. And I want to save everything from the whales to the bird on the street and what have you. But if it wasn't for your agency for caring, because you have people there not only do their job, but they care. If that dog's in pain, that person's going to know that dog is hurting. They can't tell us, my back hurts, I'm sick, I can't go to the bathroom, my paw hurts. Okay, so we have to step in as the benevolent parent, the benevolent state, and do our duty. Funny this subject come up today. The other day, we had our flood mitigation hazardous meeting in Boardman Township. People are so attached to their animals that they will not go to a shelter after a storm because they will not allow their pets in there. Can you believe that? So as this money's coming in on this grant, we are trying to say that yes, you are going to have sheltering. For those animals, what are they supposed to do? Stay in the water in the basement and it's flooded? These people are staying with their pets. So we have to change that culture. That's a whole nother battle coming up, but I think we can win that. And Gina, thank you for what your office is doing. We appreciate it very much. And all of us here have compassion. We got to take care of our animals. They feel pain just like a human does. We can go take an aspirin. They can't. They can't go take a laxative. They can't ask to eat fruit. They can't get cough syrup. They can't tell you what kind of food they want. Think about that. We have to do that. So, all right, I'm off my thing because I'm getting sentimental about it. But thank you very much. Okay, EMA. Who do we got?
Maggie.
Nancy,
Maggie?
Nancy.
Got to unmute.
You unmuted, Maggie?
Can't hear you, man.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
There you
There
go.
we go. I'm sorry. Good morning.
Yeah.
This resolution is for the final plan document. It's a large document that outlines the entire 911 system. It is required by the state with the new legislation. So once this has been passed, it will go to the state and also to all the Mahoning County municipalities and for them to observe as well.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, Pat?
Commissioners, letter D is a resolution of necessity to purchase 2 snow and ice control equipment packages. This is from Henderson Products through the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Program. The estimated amount is $255,570. And letter E is a resolution of necessity to purchase 2 2025 Western Star 47X dump trucks. This is from TSI Western Star through the State of Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Contract. The estimated amount on these is $229,622. These are all non-general funds.
Pat, I like how you're stepping up your game with those Western Stars.
Thank you.
Okay, job and family, Audrey.
Hi, good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Audrey, Nancy, and Jim Fortunato. Letter F, Job and Family Services Resolution approving the appointments of 2 child care home inspectors for our department. Letter G, Job and Family Service Resolution approving the appointment of 2 income maintenance aides for the department. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. Letter H, prosecutors, Gina.
I'm back. So I'm wearing 2 hats today. So this letter H is a resolution that I am requesting on behalf of the Martin Luther King Criminal Justice Task Force, of which I am a member. We, through the planning committee of the MLK group, is focusing on human trafficking as our initiative of choice. As part of that initiative, the planning committee has chosen to show a free public viewing of The Sound of Freedom on April 2nd, 2024 at it's at 6 o'clock in the evening, and it's going to be held at the Tyler History Museum. That showing is going to be bookended with a lovely human trafficking panel and Grace Court graduation that Judge DeSalvo is going to have on April 9th. And Lindsay Valentin from her office is here, and she can speak to you a little bit about that, and then I can conclude.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me today. On behalf of Judge DeSalvo and our Grace Court over at Youngstown Municipal, we are very happy to be here with you. On April 9th, to bookend that great event that MLK Group is going to be hosting, we are going to be celebrating our 2nd graduate at Grace Court. She's been with us for a little bit over a year, and she's making great strides. So we're excited to have Grace Court graduation on April 9th at 10:30. Anyone is welcome to join us. You know, the more the merrier. She's worked so hard. We're very proud of her. Also that day, during the graduation, we're going to have a guest speaker, Barbara Freeman, who is an advocate and a human trafficking survivor herself. That will be joining us and speaking just a little bit. She'll also be part of a CLE that will be there. We're going to have a very jam-packed day on April 9th. So there will also be a continuing legal education course April 9th, for professionals in the community that will be that the Bar Association here is helping us put together. And later that evening, a public forum will be hosted at Antioch Hall over at Maronite Center at St. Maron on South Meridian Road from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., where speakers from the FBI, our Valley Human Task Force Agency, we'll also have Ms. Freeman there that day. We'll have a local attorney speaking as well about the law and how to defend that victim defendant, because they are victims as well as committing crimes. So it's very difficult demographic that is dealing with our Grace Court. And then there'll be a public forum, so open to questions and answers as well. So we're really excited to have that on April 9th as well. Thank you.
Busy day.
Very busy day, but we are very excited.
Tell Judge we said hello.
I sure will.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.
So to commemorate this very exciting week in Mahoning County, which would be April 2nd through April 9th, I requested that the commissioners designate that week as Human Trafficking Awareness Week for Mahoning County. Now, obviously, we have a Human Trafficking Awareness Month in January that is national. We also acknowledge that as well. But because we had such meaningful activities here locally in our valley, I wanted to, I suggested that we try to give it its own special recognition. You know, human trafficking is a huge issue, especially for Youngstown, because we're right on the interstate there. We're in between Pittsburgh, we're in between Cleveland. You know, our office sees prosecutions on human trafficking. We prosecuted the first human trafficking case back in 2018. Judge DeSalvo's Grace Court is a diversionary program for victims of human trafficking. So we are very active as a community in combating this very, very heinous crime. And so, you know, we just would request the acknowledgement and recognition so that we could promote these great events to try to get some community involvement. I think that they'll be beneficial. And again, you know, we appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
You come in and kick it off for us.
What?
You come in and kick it off for us when
Yes.
you want to do it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, risk management. Kathy.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
So, and it's interesting that this ADA transition plan is happening right in Disabilities Awareness. So basically, as you know, the review board tasked me with making sure that we were meeting the needs of our disabled citizens, to make sure that all of our buildings, roads, facilities, services, and meetings are accessible to people with disabilities. So this ADA transition plan, we worked with Youngstown State University and some local architects and engineers to assess all of our facilities and services and make sure that we were compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act. So this transition plan is essentially a framework to make sure that we can prioritize and fund to any interventions and updates that need to be made to all those areas of issues. So this plan can be periodically revisited every few years, updating compliance and funding mandates. And I happily recommend that this transition plan be approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. I know you put a lot of work into that. Very appreciative. Okay, Sheriff, J&K, Joy Beers.
Good morning, everyone. The resolution approving an MOU collective bargaining agreement, Internal Order of Police, and the Ohio Labor Council representing the blue and gold units. And K is a resolution of necessity to purchase 3 2020 regular of the Ohio Department of Public Safety Auto Choice Program. It's the estimated amount of $40,000.36 per.
Thank you, Joe. Motion?
A motion to approve number 2 resolutions A through K.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, and for good of the order, any elected officials or department heads would like to comment?
I'd like to make a comment. As a department head, where the commissioners start, can I make a comment?
Sure.
Okay,
Go ahead.
thank you. I'm sorry. I just wanted to comment. I know the commissioners are going to do this, so I'm still in their steam, but I wanted to thank everybody for the justice tax and the passing of the justice tax and not getting over that hurdle. You know, when they talking about the task force and things that are done, those are things that can happen when you have the resources to be able to do those things. Some of the things the prosecutor's office is asking to reach out and do, those are things that can happen when you have the resources to do it. And thank you to this community for allowing that resource to be there. And I know I'm still in theme, so I'm sorry.
Thank you, Audrey.
I'm on a
I
hot
think
seat
we're-
on
I
that
think
one.
we're all excited about it.
I know, we are.
Dave?
Yeah, no, that was first thing the only thing I had written down to say is the justice tax, because, you know, I've had the opportunity to speak on it in so many different venues and talk to people and they're always blown away when I say to them, you know, we pay 7.5% sales tax and 1.5 comes back to Mahoning County to handle all of government, you know, and 1.5, actually 1.25 is only all of government. The other 0.25% is the road levy that we put on to boost the engineer's office to be able to resurface roads in the county. So it's so imperative and people understand that, you know, it always is difficult because, you know, so many things get forced on us. Can't vote on what our federal income tax is. We can't vote to take away the 5.75 that the state of Ohio imposes on us in our sales tax. You know, the only thing we get an opportunity to vote on is normally the things that help us the most. And when you're overwhelmed with everything, you know, by, you know, property tax reevaluation and things that we can't control, you know, a lot of people just react to their pocketbook and say, you know, I don't want to pay a penny more in taxes. I don't care what it helps, you know, but this is really the lifeblood of the sheriff's department, the lifeline of the sheriff's department and of the county, because, you know, when you're talking about 31 million out of 39 million that comes into the justice tax, if this would have failed, you know, we have a responsibility to keep the jail open and we'd have to push all of the funding that we can legally do into the sheriff's department. And it probably would have amounted to about 50% of what they needed. And that 50% we'd have taken away from other entities that needed it as well. You know, so it's something that people, you know, we try to keep informed. You know, it's our legal responsibility to put out a newsletter and to inform people where your money goes. You know, and that's why, you know, we try so hard to get the word out of where the expenditures are, where your money's being spent, because, you know, transparency is something we've been, you know, advocating for a long, long time here at Mahoning County. And we've been acknowledged by the state for being transparent. In fact, the first to be transparent online through the state. Was it treasurer?
Auditors, treasurers.
Treasurer, yes. So anyway, it's we thank you as well for acknowledging and seeing that there's good things happening in Mahoning County. There's a lot of good people working hard as a team collectively, both elected and employed throughout the county that do a great job. And, you know, just many of them are sitting right here today that should be, you know, at the forefront of all of us. So anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And
Thank you. And I'd like to recognize some folks here today, and I want to start out with my dear friend and high school buddy from Poland high school days, Tricia Perry. I used to tease her and screw around at her locker, tap her on her shoulder and run the other way. And
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun in school, and always nice to see you.
she looks a lot
Good
younger than
memories.
you, Anthony.
Don't she
I
though?
don't know.
Yeah, they were rough on me in that high
Are
school.
you sure you weren't her teacher?
Well,
Didn't you teach for like 10 years?
why is you?
I know, but you know, maybe you were. a
That was
teacher.
after the 80s. But thanks for coming. You do such a great job for the community. And we want to recognize our friends from labor here, Brian Wydick, Local 66. If you guys would like to stand up. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Brian.
For all you do for our community. And with respect to the sales tax, I want to thank the voters of Mahoning County for understanding, and they get it. You know, we gave many speeches, but the public understands the importance of safety. There is no price that we can put on safety, and we couldn't have done anything better for ourselves than vote for that renewal of that sales tax. Because unfortunately, we have bad actors in this community, and Gina laid it out, of many things that are going on without those funds. We could not support these programs and many other programs. So I want to thank everyone and congratulate Dave on your election and all the candidates. I know there's still one more to go, but congratulations to all those that made it through the primary.
You as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So with that being said,
Do I get to say a few words?
well, sure. I'm sorry. Carol, the floor is yours. You can close us out.
Now, do you believe that you put two men together next to each other and they forget there's a woman in the room?
Dave, quit doing that.
Anyway, I was going to congratulate all our electeds here, my two partners. And Gina, congratulations. I could do that from here. You don't need to print that, but I could do that. Or maybe you should. I could do that from here and I want to congratulate them. I also want to echo what David Anthony said. People do realize that the sales tax, the renewal passed because I believe our Mahoning County residents know that the team that I've always talked about, the team of elected officials that are here in Mahoning County are probably the best team you will find in the state of Ohio. And if you go anywhere in the state and talk to anyone in the state of Ohio, and I've been to Cuyahoga and different other areas, we have the team. Everybody wants us, wants their county to look like we have at Mahoning County. So I commend not only my two colleagues, but everybody else that's the elected officials in Mahoning County, because this would not be as it is today, and we wouldn't be celebrating if this team wasn't in place. So we need to realize that and continue on in the elections to come with the team that works for Mahoning County. We work for the residents. So I'll probably say this more often than you will know as we go through agendas and the different things that we do for whether it's a nonprofit, whether it's a disability organization, whether it's for children, JFS, child support. This is where it starts, and economic development. So that's my little 2 cents worth.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you very much. Okay, Nancy, our next meeting?
Next Thursday, right here.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Ditzler?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Chafficanty?
Yes. Thank you.